All right. Well, there you go. We're live.
Live, coming to you live to a
That's
computer
right.
near you.
From the private studios 5 miles underground.
Yeah. From a
Well,
mysterious green island in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
well, Alan, just before we started this broadcast here, and we are on LinkedIn. We're broadcasting into the Global Tea Break channel. And before we started this, we were just calculating out. We started February of 2020. That was the first official meeting of the Global Tea Break. And so it was all of 20, 21, 22, 23. So that's full 4 years. And now we're
Yeah,
beginning year five. Congratulations.
yeah. It's great, isn't it? It's great, and think that it all just started from just a conversation on Twitter. Yeah,
That's
back
right.
in the day. So yeah,
Yeah,
it goes to show you with the power of what you can accomplish, and like where it's come from, I suppose as well. Like it started off, I think the first one we had, I think it was about 20 people, or about 10 people in the room, and it's just grown exponentially. And now it's a community of over 400 strong people,
yeah.
incredible human beings as well. So it's great. And now we have the opportunity now to go live on our Global Tea Break company page, which is fantastic, which gives us another opportunity. And Scott, the thing that I think about this is, and I've sort of been, I've been in many networking groups and many different international groups, but just the progression of what the Global Tea Break has come from to where it is today, with the website, the Patreon, the videos,
Mhm.
the educational time, the connections that have been built. And now we have the opportunity to stream live as
Yeah.
well and across LinkedIn, which is gives us a huge opportunity, because it gives us the opportunity to sort of to do them smaller type of meetings.
Mhm.
And we can also focus on different members of the community as well, and bring them in and let them have a chat with us and tell us what's going on. So it's a sort of an added bonus as much as anything else. Sorry, you know you're live, wouldn't you?
An emergency meeting there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Well, yeah, Alan, it started as just a meeting back in 2016 when I was over there in your neighborhood, and we got together, met at the social media summit, and then just continued a friendship. And then we wanted to do some, we wanted to try some networking out and see if Zoom worked. And then, of course, the world changed and everyone got to know about Zoom.
yeah. Everyone just started, and and I think about Zoom back in the day before it was, before, obviously before the pandemic and stuff like that, and it was sort of, people knew about it, but people weren't really using it because they sort of were saying, it's a bit impersonal. And then obviously with the pandemic,
Mhm.
it came to the forefront where people, it became a necessity, if nothing else. But I remember being in the first days of the pandemic when lockdown happened and stuff like that, and the amount of phone calls that I got to help people just to set up their Zooms. And these people have come back since, and we've done, whether it be we've done business or whether we've done training with them or not. But it just goes to show you that we put that out there, because I think it's about also understanding and seeing the marketplace, but also seeing the panic that were in people's eyes at the time, saying, "How am I going to keep my business going?" And you know, through learning, and not just from me, but from a lot of people, and yourself included, you know, people were able to use that connection to be able to build on that through the pandemic, so they didn't feel that they were I suppose, as isolated as what they thought they were.
Mhm.
They had the opportunity to speak, and a lot of great things happened with a lot of people making a lot of connections. And then when the lockdowns stopped and stuff like that. It was great for people just to be able then to meet in person and actually connect. So it sort of had a double whammy as well for people, you know. So, but really, it's really interesting.
Mhm.
Some of the things that we would say is if you are watching us, please do get in contact or pop a little message into the chat as
Yeah.
well, and
That's
say
Joseph
hello.
McGuire just made this comment. So yeah, so Joseph, there's a link here that if you want to join us, you can jump in. Here's the StreamYard link. And that's part of what we wanted to do with this being able to broadcast into LinkedIn
Mm,
was that Alan, when you went through the survey and talked with folks and got their opinion, of course, we meet the third Friday of every month, so once a month for 90 minutes, and it's a wonderful time. But one of the things I said, well, can we meet more often? Can we have more frequent meetings? And I love Blab. That's one of the reasons why we did the tea break to begin with, was that it was video networking and you weren't bounded by time or geography. And so we came on here, but there is no Blab anymore. And we've
sad
said,
when you think about it.
what if we were to use our LinkedIn page right now, because it allows the comments. So just like Joseph is able to type comments here and we can interact with each other, he also now has the link to StreamYard. So if he wants to jump in, we can get him on the stage, which he's done. So there he is.
Hello, hello, hello.
All right.
Good afternoon, good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, good to see you. Thanks for jumping in and joining us here.
So,
Nice to be invited.
just giving you a little bit of an introduction, Joseph has been a member of the Global Tea Break for, I'd say you're probably one of the early adopters as well to the tea break, probably around about 3 or 4 years anyway, at least. And we have a LinkedIn group page. So if you become a member of the Global Tea Break, you get access to the network group page, which is, you know, a really, really powerful asset. And, you know, and I must say that Joseph is one of the real good guys who puts a lot of great content up into that group as well, and shares so much insights and shares so much fantastic videos that really, really help a lot of people. And I know, because I wanted to bring you on as well today for the simple reason because you have a new fantastic course. But before we talk a little bit about that, Joseph, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Well, thank you so much, Alan. And obviously, you're on commission, so check this out.
I wish I could retire.
Well, wouldn't we all wish to do that? Actually, no, not really. That's one of the things. I think for the three of us would be on the same page on that one. That when you love what you do, retirement never comes into the.
No,
just
it doesn't even come into the equation.
But now to answer your question, in simple terms, I'm a facial profiler, body language expert. I help people to read who they're dealing with in whether it's sales, negotiation, interviews. I've been working with the ancient Chinese tradition of Yen Sheng face reading. Plus, I've added a lot of techniques and skills from former FBI trainers. So if you want somebody to read a client, prospective client, candidate, and to make sure you know exactly who you're dealing with as opposed to their title and their outer appearance, give me a buzz.
Yeah. And I have to admit, you've ran a number of courses over the last couple of years, which have been really powerful, and a lot of people, like you can see the comments and the the testimonials that you get from it. And I had the honor of attending one of them there last year, and as people know, I've studied NLP, I understand how the mind works, but I was fascinated literally, I have to admit, I was fascinated by understanding people's reaction and how to read their faces and some of the techniques that you can use to do. And you showed us all the way of that. And it really, really was a powerful tool that helped me in my business, because I remember even when I was doing, when I did the course with you, that, and this is, look, there's no commission here, there's no affiliation here, whatever. It's just, it's pure insight. Is that when I finished the course, I had a meeting with a particular client, and it was just like, it was like a spark that went off my head, and I went, oh, I get that. And I
Mm.
really was able to see what the guy was what the guy was, where he was coming from. So it really helped me in that respect. So yeah, I would say if anyone is interested, is to do one of one of Joseph's um courses. But you have got one coming up, so maybe you might tell us a little bit about
Yeah,
that
let's
as
hear
well.
the details.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Yeah, and that's one of the things I don't say nice things for the sake of it, by the way. So that's one of the things I love about both of you guys. You're both very perceptive. You're both there to connect. You're both there to serve, and that's one of the things that draws me to the Global Tea Break, because that's just so essential in being, not just being successful on a professional level, but being successful as a human being. So it's one of the things I really, really admire, really respect, really love about both of you guys. So I just want to make a point of acknowledging that. Yeah, the course, it's a 5-week online course. It's called How to Read People, Essential Skills for Life and Business. So I'm taking people through some very practical skills, dispelling any myths around body language and non-verbal communication, because there's a lot of nonsense out there around it. Taking people through tried and tested skills, techniques, and insights, combining both simple images of people's faces, people and people's postures, but also video clips, so we can show what's really going on behind what people are saying. So it's very accessible, and it's real world skills people can take away and practice in their daily life, business, personal relationships. Although I do advise not going too much into it in terms of family, because that's
Yeah, no, and I mean, it's very good. I'm just want to push that in there. So there's a link there to the course as well. So Scott might throw that up. There you go. There it is. So it's there's where the training courses are. You can find out. Yeah, no, it is, and I think that's a really, really powerful way. Especially, it's just so good for, business, but it's also, I think, as well, it's good for individuals to learn these techniques and stuff like that, because it can help you immensely in everything that you do. I think that's the key important element of what you're trying to do, and what you're trying to share as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you go back to Scott describes himself as the motivational listener, and that's such a precious skill, and that's something I do go into in the course. But to actually listen, to
Mhm.
really listen, you're not just hearing the words, you're hearing what's going on behind the words, what people's intentions are. And when you get what's really going on underneath the surface, then you can really help people, again,
Mhm.
whether it's personal or professional. So again, what Scott's doing is priceless as well.
I
Brilliant.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Brilliant stuff. Well, Joseph, we're going to let you head off, because we know you're a very busy man, and we do thank you for jumping on and chatting with us today. And as I said, guys, you can see on the bottom of the screen there, it's clearsightcommunications.com/services/training courses. And if you go there, you can find out all about Joseph's courses as well. Well worth investing some time and energy. And if nothing else, go and have a look at the website, because you will learn so much as well.
Mhm.
And Joseph has a lot of opportunities there to help you with either whether it be personal or whether it be professional. So definitely do check him out. And Joseph, we shall see you tomorrow on the tea break as normal. And thank you for jumping on and talking to us
Unfortunately, I
today.
won't be able to make it because I actually have an in-person networking event
Well,
here.
see, there we go. There
Well,
we go. Yeah. Well,
in person trumps, so
yeah,
that's good.
always,
Does make a
definitely,
difference. Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
But great to see you, and thanks for jumping on,
Thank you,
Joseph.
guys. Thank you, guys.
Talk to you
Take
soon.
care.
Bye.
Joseph always has such great information that he puts into the, he shares on his LinkedIn page, but then he also shares it on our, in our Global Tea Break group. And so people can join that group and just learn some great tips. He's very generous with the information.
Yeah.
But I recommend that the course, go ahead and join that course, because there's nothing like actually getting in and learning and
Exactly.
doing some practice. It's one thing to read the articles, which is helpful, but
Oh yeah,
so there it is, globalteabreak.com.
There's nothing as good. So let's talk about the Global Tea Break tomorrow. We are looking forward to our February edition of the Global Tea Break. Is all happening tomorrow from 3 p.m. GMT, 7 a.m. Pacific daytime,
Pacific, and 10
also
a.m. on the East Coast.
and 10 a.m. on the East Coast as well. And it's always a great meeting. We always get a great reception, and there's loads of people always join us. So if you are new or you haven't registered yet, you can do so at theglobalteabreak.com, and you can register for free, which is even better again, because it doesn't cost you a penny. All you have to do, the only thing it costs you is your time to show up. But if you show up, what everyone always says is I'm so delighted to join this group, because it's such a welcoming group, and it really is. There's some incredible people in there. So globalteabreak.com is where you will find it. And Scott, you might tell us who we have as our guest educator. Actually, I tell you what, before you announce that, tell people what sort of the rundown is of the actual tea break tomorrow.
Yeah. So I'm just going to put our guest speaker into the chat here for tomorrow, because that's a big part of it. We start off, just a little introduction, of course, with the tea break and welcome everybody. But then Alan does a little interview with everybody that's new. So if it's your first time at the tea break, or if we haven't seen you for a long time and you're joining us, because we're starting our 5th year, which is hard to believe, Alan. We're starting our year 5. This is our birthday show tomorrow. So we'll do a little celebration. And so if we haven't seen you for a while, or you have something coming up like Joseph's course, Alan will do a little interview. We'll get some information about what's going on. And then we have the teaching time. And tomorrow we have Leo York. He's a copywriter. And the topic is the power of one, right, Alan?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. All about personal branding, and I love that title, "The Power of One," because especially when it comes to personal branding as well, it's all about the person who we're talking about. So, and Leo is just a mind of information and has so many great insights, and he's going to be sharing so many great tips as well. So, really looking forward to him. And plus, he is the coolest guy around.
Yeah. He's a lot of fun. So we're looking forward to that. After the teaching time, we go into breakout rooms, and this is very common in Zoom networking now. Is that the breakout rooms you go in? We keep those at 3 to 4 people, and we go 15 minutes, so you get enough time to learn about a couple of the other people that are there with you at the tea break. Sometimes, and many times, it's a reunion. It's a chance once a month where you get to see somebody that you probably haven't seen since the last tea break. So that's a lot of fun. But the unique thing in our networking, and I have not seen this in any of the other groups that are out there, and again, we're starting year 5. So I've been to a lot of events. We have one member from each of the breakout rooms report back to the whole group. So they tell us who was in their room, what is going on with each person. And so everybody that attends a tea break gets to catch up with everybody in the room. And that is a pretty powerful part of the Global Tea Break. And by the time we've done our introductions, Alan's done the interviews, our teaching time, the breakout rooms, the reporting back, we've pretty much run our 90 minutes, but then the fun begins.
And it really does begin. Yeah, we have a fantastic after party. So
Mhm.
after the tea break is finished, you can stay on. We shoot the breeze. We have a bit of fun.
Mhm.
We just get to know each other, and and it's really good because I tell you what I love about the after party as much as I love the tea break. The
Yeah.
after party, there's questions that come up or there's conversations that start, and there was one, I think it was a couple of months ago, went on some nearly, well, it was my time, so it would have been around about 6:30. So it literally went on for about an hour and a half after. So that's the good thing. Now, that's out of the norm, but you're welcome to stay on after for as long as you need to, or you can, shoot off and whatever if you have other meetings. But it's well worth it, and it's always a bit of fun as well. So yeah, so there you go. So that's how it happens. That's what happens every third Friday of the month on the Global
Mhm.
Tea Break. And you can also, if you want to find out more information about the tea break, you can visit the website as it is down below, over there. I think, yeah, over there for me.
Yep.
Theglobalteabreak.com, and you can also you can see all of the blog posts, the podcasts that the community have, the books that are that all of our members have published. There's links to everything in there, and also there's a link to our Patreon account, and it is not it's one of the, it's what it is it's the added bonus that you
Mhm.
get for joining the Patreon thing. And it's not for myself or Scott to make money out of. It is absolutely not. It just covers the costs of running the network, because the network is quite expensive to run. We have websites, we have hosting, we have Zooms, all of these things, which Kajabi and all to pay for. So what it does, it covers the cost. So if you feel that you find value from the Global Tea Break, we would encourage you to contribute and support the network.
Yep.
There's
And we've
3 or 4
got
different tiers in it as
yeah,
well.
there's a few tiers. The first tier, and we just have fun with this, right? It's a paper cup. You want to join us with I guess $3 a month, right? So get the paper cup. If you would like a mug of tea, then you can pay a little more. And if you would like to join the high tea, and we have a few people that are supporting at the high tea level, uh, just really thank you for that. It's just help to pay for the hard costs that we have to support the community, but we don't require it. But all of the recordings, because we do record the tea break every month, those are there on the Patreon. And so you can go back and you can look and you can say, oh, that episode with Gail and her son when they were talking about TikTok, I want to go watch that. And you can go and find those right there. And so that's that. It's just a lot of fun to be able to do that.
And plus, as well, there's other videos as well. Like there's the teaching times that are up there. There's
Mhm.
also, as Scott had mentioned, the recordings of the actual networking meeting. If you missed out on them, you can go back and watch them. But there's also other bits and pieces up there, like ebooks are up there. There's also some video tutorials as well, which are not published anywhere else. They're actually exclusive to the tea break. So it is well worth that. And we're not saying that you have to. We're saying if you would like to. The other things I want to sort of mention on about the tea break is that we have a community page on LinkedIn where, and Scott, you'll agree with me on this, is most networking groups say not to sell. You should not be selling on it. But we encourage that on the LinkedIn group. So if you've
Mhm.
something going on, or if you've some course coming up, or whatever it may be, or you've been somewhere, or you want to share a win with us, you can do that in the group, the LinkedIn group. But the only way that you get access to the LinkedIn group is you have to attend one of the Global
Mhm.
Tea Breaks and the
That's
meetings,
right.
the monthly
Yeah.
meetings. You also, as well, if you attend the tea break 3 times, you will be added to our website on our community page, which has all of the links to everyone's LinkedIn profile. So it's a great resource there. And also, it's also a great backlink for you as well.
Mhm.
So, there's a load of opportunities here, and we're constantly coming up with ideas. We're going to reinvigorate the podcast, which is going to start coming back out again this year. There's so much going on, guys. So I would encourage you to join us on the Global Tea Break tomorrow. And if you, as I said, if you want to find out more, please do go to the website for all details of everything that's going on. So I think, Scott,
All right
that
there.
is about our lot today.
Yeah, I think
And
that this
I'm
has been
going to
good.
do this. I'm going to do this. Can I just do this? Because you always get to do it. I'm going to give you the final word today.
I love it, Alan. It's so much fun. It's just great to have. First of all, I'll just say it's great to hang out with your friends, and every month, the third Friday of the month, Alan and I get to spend time together. And video networking is this amazing tool because Alan is thousands of miles away from me, and he's 8 time zones ahead of me. But we get together every month, and it's so funny because I'll get a little message and from Alan, and we'll just jump into a quick Zoom room, have a quick video chat, and it's as if Alan was working down the hallway from me, and I got up and I walked down into his office and just knocked, say, "Hey, Alan, can I talk to you for a moment?" And then drop in. This is the power of video networking. And when you join the Tea Break, you're going to meet people from around the world, deep experts who also need your expertise. And so you can come and share what you have going on, the things that you've learned, the knowledge that you have. And so we always say the one cup of tea can change the world. So with that, we'll sign out for today, but we will see you tomorrow morning at the Global Tea Break. So globalteabreak.com. Please join us then. Alan, I'll see you tomorrow.
Talk to you soon, Scott. Bye.